Welcome to historic Memorial Gymnasium in downtown Kokomo. It is the championship game of the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament on ISC and My Indy TV. And, well, folks in Indianapolis, what we lack in geographic proximity to central Indiana, we make up for in quality of team. Number 8 South Bend Riley, number 10 Northridge play for this tournament championship coming up in a matter of moments. Tonight's game on My Indy TV, presented in part by Banks and Brower. For every hour, there's Banks and Brower. By Coca-Cola of Kokomo, proud to keep the Cats hydrated both on the court and in the classroom. By Galitco and Daly, we go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Eurostyle Basketball Academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College, schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Greg Rakestraw and Pete Smith with you. And again, maybe you thought it would be Northridge and Lawrence North or Kokomo and Lawrence North. No, it's two teams from South Bend, and what a year it could be in South Bend area hoops. Last year, St. Joe won the 3A championship. This year, they're in 4A. They're one of the better teams in the state. Penn in the South Bend area is really good. Caleb Kuhlman, Coach Kuhlman's son at Penn, an outstanding sophomore, one of the best in the Midwest, if not the country. There's the fact that St. Joe is in 4A, the defending 3A champs. Riley has been good every year, but here comes Northridge at 8-1. And again, right now you have got multiple South Bend teams ranked in the state's top 10.
I'll go ahead and call it Michiana.
Fair enough, yes. Not South Bend proper, yes.
For those that don't know, Northridge is in Middlebury, Indiana, which is in Elkhart County, but in the metropolitan Michiana area.
The Dallas-Fort Worth of
you
Northern
get associated.
Indiana, if you will.
Yes, the Elkhart Truth covers them, but so does the South Bend Tribune when it comes out, and the Goshen News for that matter. But yes, to your point, it's a banner year for Northern Indiana compared to the last recent years, where kind of like the Indianapolis metropolitan schools have kind of dominated a little bit. And it's wide open, but these are two really good basketball teams playing this championship, both in the USA top 10 in the state of Indiana.
Our focus right now is on the Wildcats of South Bend Riley, and frankly, we have seen Alex Daniels' team a lot because they get downstate. They play in events like this. They have played in Fisher's Holiday Tournament, and they have made deep runs in years gone by. This may be their best collection of talent.
It may be, and Alex Daniels' pedigree, former Muncie Central Bearcat, got up north because he was an assistant coach at Bethel College for a while, Bethel University now, and he's done a great job with this Riley program, and he's had a couple good transfers in from on the pride of the West Side, Washington, that's really boosted this program, and it happens to all schools nowadays.
For the Northridge Raiders, they are led by Brady Scholl, who came into the day averaging 21 points and 11 rebounds. He's going to play at Indiana Wesleyan. And Pete, in 2 games this tournament, he has pumped in 70 points.
Yeah, he's averaging 35 in this tournament. I've watched both his games. I got to call the first one yesterday, and he has played just so well. He's dominated the inside, averaging a double-double on the season and in this tournament, and he's shown why he will be an Indiana All-Star. I think there's no doubt.
We'll take this 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have a special presentation of the national anthem and Back Home Again in Indiana, sung by the man we are honoring in this holiday tournament, the late and great Phil Cox. Back to Kokomo after this as you're watching the championship game of the Phil Cox tournament right here on ISC and My Indy TV.
Being a Division III athlete, I can be an athlete and still have very strong academics, especially here at Wabash.
Professors here are super supportive of the athletic work that we do. That's a really great way that Wabash supports its student athletes. I love being a Division III athlete. I have a tremendous amount of work being a biochemistry major, and I can still flip the switch, go to practice, play the sport that I love, and you can do both.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Yeah, whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Yeah, whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and
Man, I am really glad that I timed that breakout where I missed Terry Downham saying happy birthday to me while we were in break. Pete Smith can vouch that it is happening. Greg Rakestraw, Pete Smith, and again, thank you so much to the folks here at Kokomo High School for having us broadcast this event. Again, this is the 6th event that they have had here. It's either year 4 or 5 that we have done it. It is the 2nd time we've had the chance to bring the WNDY television cameras with us to showcase the championship game. The last time, it was Kokomo and Jeffersonville. And for these two teams, in back-to-back years, those two clubs made the state championship game. So that might be a good sign for each of these two squads. Again, Phil Cox, outstanding player at Connorsville, but lived his adult life here in Kokomo. Was a mentor, was a coach, was a friend to many. And we are going to listen to Phil sing both Back Home Again in Indiana and the Star-Spangled Banner. You hear the voice of Chad Nickum in the background. This is tape from a previous state final. Let's listen in to the legendary and late Phil Cox. A very fitting tribute. And again, he sang the national anthem before Connorsville, then won a state championship at Assembly Hall back in the early 70s, correct?
1972, he did. I had him one time come up. I'm doing the state track meet as the PA announcer, and our national anthem person didn't show up, so I paged him. I said, Phil, will you come up? Because he was a longtime assistant track coach for the Cats, too. And he came up on the spot and did it from the press box and knocked it out of the park. But came here in 1986 with Coach Basil Lobby. He went through 4 coaching changes here, and just he was an outstanding Cat.
It's a wonderful way to honor his legacy and his life by having this tournament named after him each and every year. Northridge will be the visiting team in tonight's game. Let's bring you now their starting lineup. Carson Rumfeld and Thaddeus Campbell have been introduced. Brady Scholl, Hayden Gorball, and Hayden Johnson round out their starting 5. Northridge again defeated Kokomo this morning, 76-61. Beat Maryville yesterday, 76-64. Rated number 10 in the USA Today. Paul Sagrin had him at number 26 coming into today's game. That number will go up based on the level of competition they have played in this tournament. Now for the Wildcats of South Bend Riley, one player who did get hurt earlier today will not play. That is DeCorey Parker, normally a starting guard. The appropriately named Tree Johnson is the first starter that is announced, wearing number 2. Tyrese Jones is their do-everything kind of guy. The 6'1 senior had 45 points in a regional game last year. Arion Neely will get the nod in place of DeCorey Parker. Isaiah Packer, who we have seen kind of grow in this South Bend Riley program. And Keelan Webster rounds out the starting 5 for head coach Alex Daniel. Our 3-man officiating crew, Jeff Brody, Jeffrey Nixon, Raleigh Phil. Pete, final thoughts before this one goes live.
Should be a good one. It's too bad they're without their point guard, DeCorey Parker, but I'll tell you, Arion Neely did a great job today when he got in there for him injured. They don't miss much of a beat. I mean, they missed the senior leadership, but Neely did a good job. Should be a great one.
Jeff Nix will toss this one up. Scholl will jump at center for Northridge. Tree Johnson has the honors for South Bend Riley. Thanks for joining us for our final broadcast of 2025 of MyIndy TV and the ISC Sports Network. By the way, Lawrence North won the 3rd place game that preceded this one. And on the drive, an easy scoop and score.
Thad Campbell's had a great tournament. This is his first starting assignment. He's playing for the injured Freeman Schlebach, who's been a starter for Coach Radiker all season at that guard spot.
Came in averaging a point and a rebound and a half a game.
He's played a wonderful, he's had a ton of assists, taken a couple charges, does a great job.
Northridge's lone loss is Goshen, and Goshen's ranked number 9 this week. Corner 3 does not go, in the rebound corralled by Hayden Gorball. 6'2", 6 points, 5 rebounds a game. Here is Scholl, headed to play for Greg Tonglin in Wesleyan. And has the ball taken away. First Northridge turnover.
Excuse me, Greg. You're going to see him double teamed a lot every time he puts it down. They're going to send somebody at him.
Pull up from 10 is good for Isaiah Packer, the 6'4 senior.
Seems like he's been playing 4 years. He probably has been playing 4 years for the Wildcats. Come think about it.
Scholl the dish. Corner pocket 3 is good. Carson Rumfeld, 5 points and 4 rebounds a game.
Only a sophomore quarterback on the football team. Several multi-sport athletes here for the Raiders.
On the backdoor cut, Scholl does a great job of walling off. Extra pass, Packer cannot get it to go. Jones able to walk the tightrope and save it.
Jones dominated, not Jones, but the whole Wildcat team, Riley, dominated the offensive boards in their win over Lawrence North.
Went on a 20-0 run at one point in time during that game, led by 24 at one point in the second half. Handing LN their only loss of the season. Offensive foul against Tyrese Jones.
Yeah, great job of sliding over defensively by Hayden Gorbel. Jones noticed the mismatch. I mean, look at how he gets past Scholl, but great job. Got there early enough. I'm not sure he was quite squared up enough, but he was there waiting for him, so it's an obvious charge.
Would you like to talk about your connection to Northridge head coach Scott Radiker?
Well, I love the guy to death. Met him at North Carolina basketball camp when I was the head coach at Noblesville, and 6 months later, he's my assistant coach at Noblesville High School. I'm really proud of him, doing a great job.
Foul is going to be called, and that is quickly 2 on Tyrese Jones. That's big for South Bend Riley.
That is huge. And I tell you, who else is having a great tournament? Hayden Johnson shot the ball very, very well. Outstanding three-point shooter. He'll be playing in college next year for somewhere. But to finish off the Radiker story, it is Robin, his wife's birthday today also, sharing the birthday with you. So
right, which we share with,
national holiday?
LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Sandy Koufax, just a few people you might
Robin
know.
Radiker, Greg Straw, what a great team.
I don't know about Robin. I am somewhere down the depth chart of that group. Northridge out to a 7-2 advantage. Again, these two teams will play again later this season. South Bend Riley goes to Northridge on Saturday, January the 31st. It'll be out of bounds to the Raiders. And again, I'll have you touch on Coach Radiker because you know him so well. His story is amazing. He came to be an assistant coach for you in Noblesville. Tell folks where Scott is originally from.
He's from up on Unadogo, or I can't even pronounce the name, up in New York, upstate New York. He's a Syracuse Orangeman fan, and I still hired him. But that being said, it's been a great story. Came to Indiana, just made his way to do whatever he could to get in basketball and to make enough money to live on his own. And
wanted to be in Indiana high school basketball.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yep.
Almost a steal by Northridge. Shot does not go. Packer, the rebound. Scholl, the block. And again, he averages a double-double. I know some of his future teammates from Indiana Wesleyan were here to watch the morning session today.
Yeah, well, yesterday I saw Julius Gizzi, one of his teammates, was here to watch. His future teammates, I should say.
Nice pass that just couldn't get the shot finished by Gorball.
Tree Jones has played well, the sophomore. We got that defensive rebound. Did a lot of damage in that first game today. Sets good screens, posts up well.
Tree Rollins was 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Tree Johnson isn't that, but he's got the width.
6'2" sophomore, strong as a bull.
Riley limited his 2 points in the first 3.5 minutes. Packer creates some space, but misses. And again, Scholl will own the glass for Northridge.
He will, and Riley's not a great defensive rebounding team, but offensively they go to the boards really hard.
Some space. The three does not go. Again, Scholl in on every rebound. Goes right through Packer, but missed it. Jones secures the board. Only Packer has a bucket so far. That is no longer a factual statement. Jones on the board.
I think Jones gets at least 30 today. And I'm not saying Coach Radiker's not playing defense. He's just an offensive machine. It's Warsaw in the regional.
That shot does not go on the crash. And that, I think, is off his leg. Yep. Third Northridge turnover.
Jeff Nix on the call right there on that baseline.
Jake Scholl will check in.
He's only a freshman. He's had some good minutes in the tournament. Coach Radiker goes about 7 to 8 deep. As I said, Schlebach has been hurt. Bruce's tailbone. He did play this morning a little bit. He did not play yesterday. We'll see him maybe, and we'll see Parker James as a great role player sometime in the contest.
Coach Radiker knows this building well. Long-time head coach at Lafayette, Jeff. Obviously North Central Conference foe of Kokomo. Before that was at North Montgomery. Look ahead pass, Packer. Knocked that away like he was a free safety.
Yeah, Johnson too far down the floor there.
Tree for three, no. But some bark got stripped. He gets fouled, he'll shoot three.
I would tell you, Hayden Johnson fouled a three-point shooter today also, and Coach Radiker talked to him about that when that happened, just to contest and close out with a hand up. But when you leave the floor, that three-point shooter sometimes, their follow-through on their shot, like it or not, causes contact.
Well, we are in Kokomo, and all of our broadcasts in Kokomo have a constant presence from our friends at Coca-Cola of Kokomo. They are proud to be Northern Indiana's Coca-Cola bottler since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo is the hydration partner of 26 schools in and around the Kokomo area, including the Kokomo Wildcats. Coca-Cola of Kokomo is proud to keep the Cats hydrated both on the court and in the classroom. Find out more when you log on to cckokomo.com.
Yeah, they do a great amount. I do a lot of stuff in Kokomo, and they're just so great for the entire county and the city of Kokomo. Is Johnny on the spot. Parker James does check in on that dead ball, replacing Thaddeus Campbell.
So South Bend Riley and Northridge tied at 7. And 8 teams in this tournament. Charlestown and Maryville in the 7th and 8th place game. Chatard and New Haven 5th and 6th. Helen and Kokomo 3-4. Scholl gets the friendly bounce.
How good was that? He put that ball away from the defender and the double team and went and got it. Most players dribble it too close to their leg and get it poked away or stripped.
You and I get to see a lot of Crossroads League basketball. He is going to be a handful in that league. Jones. Kept it alive. Johnson tried to save it to avoid the over and back violation. Ends up turning into a turnover. And here's James. Down the lane. And that is the younger of the Scholes. That is Jake who lays it up and in. 5 different Northridge players now on the board.
Man-to-man defense by Northridge. They usually start out this way. After a timeout, they'll change defenses and play something else, typically.
Jones fires, no, and again, if it's in a 5-foot radius, that's his. On the drive, off the window, score it. Make it 6 in a row for Northridge. Johnson gets his first field goal. He's got 4 points.
Done a great job in this tournament driving to the basket because he hits a few threes, then they guard him really tight, and he can get to the basket pretty well.
Drive and dish, 3 in the corner, yes. Webster with the triple. First made 3 for Riley.
And he's the 4th Wildcat to score. You're going to see a lot of different people scoring, but here's the guy that will probably score the most right here on the steal.
And Jones will lay it up and in. That is 5 turnovers so far for the Raiders.
Yeah, they got to keep it under 20, and that's when you keep it under 20. Well, they'll get some scores, but 15 to 20 turnovers, and they're in trouble. They have 5 already. It's going to be a great game.
The pull, not that time in Packer. Good job by James to rip it free. We're tied up, and it will still be South Bend Riley basketball.
I got to tell you, Parker James' dad played against me, Todd James. I saw him in the crowd today. He's a 6'4". He was a 3-year starter for Steve Austin when Coach Austin was the coach at Northridge, and I was at Penn. Poor old Parker got vertically challenged. He took 3 charges yesterday in the game I saw. I don't think his dad ever took a charge in his life. But Parker's found a way to combat the fact that he's not as tall as his dad and does a great job as a role player here for Coach Radiker.
Tion Wadley and Jawan Johnson both check in. Tion, a senior. 5 count is being applied. He's got to be careful.
Whew.
There, yep. And the timeout was given a 30 right before a potential turnover.
That was really close. I thought we had it. When I say we, I thought we had the 5-second call called.
I think it was at 4.8 when that timeout was given.
Well, give Alex Daniel credit. He knew he didn't want to lose this possession with 39 seconds to go and have a chance to go up the quarter. Last basket of the quarter can be such a great momentum changer for you to go into the second quarter, having a little bit of a roll.
His Northridge program won back-to-back sectionals. Right as Scott got to Northridge in 2019 and 2020. They have had nothing but winning seasons since Scott got to Northern Indiana. And his win this morning for Northridge was his 350th as an Indiana high school basketball coach.
Yeah, you beat me to it. 350 and 220 in 25 years overall for Scott. Yeah, I do want to mention real quick, he's got an outstanding superintendent too. Jason Snyder, a Penn graduate, has been his superintendent and has just changed the complexity of that growing area in Middlebury, and it just keeps growing. They were 3A school for a long time. Now they're in the 4A, and just a great area to live in up in Elkhart County.
Had them in the 4A football final not all that long ago. The Raiders lead by 1. Again, obviously, Riley going to try to hold for a last look.
And you definitely think Tyrese Jones will get the shot if they don't turn it over. They're going to call Parker James on the foul there.
But Frank, and Northridge has fouls to give. That's just their second.
Right.
A grand total of 4 fouls have been whistled.
Yeah, quite frankly, that's why Parker's in there. He will be a designated fouler of the guys that are on the floor right now for the Raiders. He would probably be the one that's going to give a foul here.
We're going to isolate for Jones and let him go to work. Step back for Jones, no. But gets his own rebound. Got to get it up in time. He does. And just misses, does Webster. Evenly played through one. It's Northridge 13, South Bend Raleigh 12. It's the championship game of the Phil Cox Holiday Tournament from Kokomo. And you're watching an ISC and My Indy TV.
Man, if I beat Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry, guys, gotta take this. All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And the ISC Sports Network crew, Charlie Hammock, Kyle Donlin, Jason Porter, Kate Johnson, and Dalton Cox, alongside Pete Smith. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for spending the 364th day of the year with us on the ISC Sports Network. We only had events on 363 of those days on ISC.
Back door. Nope, not going to be the back door here. Johnson at the top if Campbell can get up.
Campbell had it ripped away, and sixth Northridge turnover.
Campbell hurt that left shoulder yesterday also. He's holding on to it, but in the opener yesterday, in their opening win.
And basically they blew the whistle because
Yeah.
Riley was not in an advantageous position.
No.
They wanted to check on the injured player. That's the reason for the whistle.
Yeah, it just seems to pop out on him. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a doctor, but yesterday the same thing happened. He was holding it for a while, and then he just kind of shoved it back, and he gutted it out. And the same thing may have to happen here.
Do we need a Mel Gibson versus Wall moment for Campbell at some point?
Oh, gosh. Hurts me just thinking about that.
Corner. That ball was
Blocked.
deflected. Scholl got to it. And then Gorbel flew for the rebound, and good quick hands. Wadley able to knock it away. For Northridge, Freeman Schleybaugh will check in, as will Carson Rumfeld.
Okay, so again, Schleybaugh has been the normal starting guard for them. Bruce's tailbone did not play in the Goshen game. They were a little shorthanded in that Goshen game, but the Goshen's really got it going this year, undefeated also. Same conference, about 12 miles from Northridge, maybe 15.
You've got two preeminent conferences in that area, as the runner by Scholl does not go. The Northern Lakes Conference, which Northridge is a member, and the Northern Indiana Conference, featuring all the, when I say South Bend area, the true South Bend schools, but
Yo, you're right on.
Penn, New Prairie, Mishawaka Marion, part of that group as well. Johnson fires a three.
Boy, does he get up quick. He gets up so quick. I'm not sure he jumps that high. But he picks at a great move by him calling a timeout, saving that timeout. I just think Tyrese Jones is certainly got to be on the short list for the Indiana All-Stars, the way he scores and just his quickness. Whale of a player.
So Riley has used both of their 30-second timeouts. Nobody has scored yet here in quarter number 2. I didn't know how prescient it would be to go and speak to the Northern Lakes Conference Fall Banquet when I did at the request of Greg Humnicki a few weeks ago. Had no idea I'd have this matchup. It would set me up perfectly for it.
Well, that's outstanding, Coach Greg Humnicki. Gosh, when I was the assistant coach at South Bend Adams, that was when he was going to Clay, became their athletic director at Clay, but he's the former longtime assistant for Dave Hadaway and earned the Silver Medal Award for the Indiana Hall of Fame. I'm really proud and happy for him.
And that three was half and out, popped out. It'll be Northridge ball off the hands of Isaiah Packer.
Tyrese has had a couple of those in and out.
And again, for both these teams, it's the second game of the day.
Right.
And you're away from home. The legs are going to start to kick in a little bit here.
Okay, two-man ISO. Yep.
On the handoff. Great body control. Good job by Gorbel to come to a stop and put it up and in.
Hayden becomes the 6th Raider now to score in the contest tonight, this championship game.
1-3-1 now for Northridge.
Yeah, always after a timeout, he'll change defenses.
It's almost like he coached for you or something,
Yeah.
and you got to know what's coming.
Kind of like what we tried to do also. Love it when it works. It usually does work.
I should have brought your old bucket for you to sit on tonight with your old coaching compadre on the sideline.
They're going to stay in the 1-3-1. They'll play some 2-3 out of a timeout, 1-3-1, go back to man, sometimes trap out of the man.
Johnson for 3.
Bank.
No. And again, Scholl has not been overly active offensively, has been Windex in terms of cleaning the glass for Northridge. Pull up 3, no. Northridge thought there might have been a foul there, but Scholl just goes and does. And there's going to be a.
Well, the interpretation was, you mentioned they thought there was a foul. The official that was right in front of the play said he flopped. And that's what he stopped the game to give a warning. There's a flop warning, so if he would be considered a flop again, that'll be a technical foul.
You don't see that called often in high school, but more often in college than you in high school. Loose ball that Jake Scholl tracks down. So again, just one basket has been scored by either side here in quarter number 2. And that's going to be a foul. That's on Tree Johnson. We'll see if it's on the floor or on the way up.
Number 2,
You know, the interesting challenge will be now, does Johnson think about that a little bit when he shoots the 3? Because he'll get up 7 to 10 threes probably in this game. I mean, he's that important in the offense and makes a lot of three-pointers, a good three-point shooter.
Rumfeld entered the day 5 of 8 from the free throw stripe and connects. As a team, Northridge just 62% from the line. And after this game, they are off until they resume conference play against Warsaw.
You mentioned they'll play Riley again on January 31st. When these two teams met last year, Riley won 65-58 back on February 1st.
Now, Riley has consistently been one of the better teams in Northern Indiana the last few years, and now more of a 2-3 look here by Northridge.
Yep, 2-3 matchup. You got to know where Jones is at if you're Northridge's defense. Right now he's on that left baseline. He's going to go to the middle, and he'll pop up to the top.
Good quick hands that time by Johnson. Arion Neely back in there for South Bend Riley. You know DeCorey Parker rolled his ankle late in the game against LN. And you know, when you've got league play coming up in a couple of weeks, Riley erred on the side of caution in terms of playing him tonight.
Now they switch back to the 1-3-1. Oh, boy.
Right idea.
Yeah.
Just too much on the pass and a third Riley turnover. Now Johnson will come back in. And again, that Northern Indiana Conference loaded this year. Between Riley, St. Joe, Penn of the 8 member schools. A tough league as it always is. Fight for the loose ball. Riley takes it away. That's off the leg of a Northridge player. Riley has not scored this quarter yet because they have guarded so well.
They've guarded well.
Still a 2-score game.
But again, nothing inside for Riley right now. Everything's been on the perimeter, what shots they've even taken. They have got rebounded Northridge on the offensive boards from that standpoint, but
on the pull, nothing there, but there's a rebound and there's a bucket. That's Jawan Johnson, his first field goal.
And he's the 5th Wildcat now to score for Coach Daniel.
No player in this game has more than 5 points so far. Scholl with the defense, and that is too easy from the South Bend Riley perspective.
Yeah, the help side didn't come that time. Beat him one-on-one.
Johnson down the lane, too strong. In Scholl's presence at 6'6", 6'7". Too much to handle. 5-point lead in the ball for Northridge.
Daring Rumfeld to shoot the ball there.
Johnson, one of the few players that from a physicality standpoint that can match Scholl. He's really leaning on him. And to Northridge's credit, they just keep running their stuff.
Right.
Turning the corner and finishing off the glass is Hayden Gorbel. He's got 4. Largest lead now for Northridge is 7.
Oh boy, this is the most their off players, when I say their non-scorers, have contributed in the tournament so far. They've all got a touch, got a basket other than James.
Steps called. Number 4 for Riley. Tion Wadley will check back in.
Isaiah Packer also back in, and Packer scored the first basket of the game, the 6'4" senior. He has not scored since, though. Dribble entry by Campbell. Just have a feeling here that Hayden Johnson wants to get a shot off.
He was looking for it. Extra pass, top of the key 3, does not go. That was Rumfeld that missed it. Good look that did not go, and a blocking foul against Northridge, but again, there have barely been fouls called. It's been a very cleanly played game.
Yeah, Campbell is always aggressive. He's always got the pedal to the metal defensively and offensively.
Team foul number 1.
They're going to fall back to man now, so they're going to leave the zone and play a little man-to-man pressure defense. Try to keep the ball out of Tyrese Jones' hands, as you can see. Carson Rumfeld actually it's the freshman, Jake Scholl, just shadowing him wherever he's going right now. He's in a non-help situation. He will not leave him. He will face guard him and not let him get on that baseline, as you see number 3 in the lane there.
Jones, tough shot. It has been a defensive clinic that Northridge has put on. Jones has scored just 4 points, and you're holding a very explosive Riley squad to 14 points in 14 minutes, averaging 71 a game. And the Wildcats come in 7-0. New Haven nearly got him yesterday. It was a 1-point win for Riley, and they dispatched LN pretty easily. Shot missed. Johnson the rebound. Packer pulls for 3. Height for the loose ball. Campbell out of there with it. 4-car pileup at the end of the play.
Good choice. Didn't have a straight-in layup. Wait for your all-star right there.
Trailer 3 for Scholl.
Good play. 7 points for Brady Scholl now.
Just the second made 3 by Northridge, but a 10-point lead as they have outscored Riley 11-2 here in the quarter.
You know, and Riley's burned their 2 30-second timeouts, so I think Coach Daniel would like to have one. If he still does, he'd like to call it, but he's not going to burn a 3rd timeout in this half. Only scored 1 point, or 2 points this quarter, the Wildcats.
It was a putback by Johnson. Wing 3, no, and the rebound by Rumfeld. Raiders came in now allowing 47 points a game, but this is a masterclass they've got going so far. Fewest points they've given up in a game this year. Scholl's 3 does not go, and Wadley will track it down. They allowed just 31 in beating Brownsburg at the Grace College event on December the 13th. Great crash by Packer. And, you know, oftentimes you think about holding it for 1.
Yeah.
I don't blame Riley if they get a good look just going. Just trying to get something offensively.
Well, he's going to take it to the rim and try to score.
That would be a good look.
He's a great player.
Jones with 6. Just had to have a bucket. Now you're looking for a stop if you're Riley. Good job to deflect that away. Jones at 3, at 2, at 1, in time, but left it short. Northridge with an 8-point lead at the break. We'll take a 60-second timeout as you're watching an ISC and My Indy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
Again, welcome back to Memorial Gymnasium in Kokomo. Greg Rakestraw, Pete Smith with you here on ISC and MyIndy.TV. Again, teams close to the Indianapolis area? No. Some of the best teams in the state of Indiana?
Yes.
And Northridge has got the job done defensively, holding Riley to 4 second-quarter points. Raiders lead by 8. Pete, your thoughts on half number 1?
Riley is dying on the three-point shot. 1 of 14 in the first half from 3. If you notice the last basket they got, Jones got to play downhill. They've got to clear some area out, get the sides moved a little bit, so that Northridge doesn't have everybody just trying to stop Jones and making him play on the perimeter.
We'll take this quick timeout. Back in 60 seconds. Wabash College halftime trivia when we come back to Kokomo on ISC and MyIndy.TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Back at halftime here in Kokomo. Greg Rakestraw and Pete Smith with you. Time now for Wabash College halftime trivia, one of Pete's favorites. Pete, I think you're going to get this one. Wabash completed a holiday tournament in Kentucky today. They return home to their phenomenal home court facility at Chadwick Court on Saturday. When they play host to Trine, Pete, you get a true or false question tonight. Both Trine and Wabash have won Division III national championships. True or false?
True. Trine won it 2 years ago, and Wabash won it when I was in college in 1982.
Correct. In fact, Wabash made the Final Four in Fort Wayne 2022, lost in the semis to Elmhurst. Trine won Memorial Coliseum back in 2024. Thunder and Little Giants play in Crawfordsville on Saturday afternoon. Schedule your visit to Wabash College at wabash.edu. We're back with halftime highlights in just a moment as you're watching an ISC and MyIndy.TV.
Being a Division III athlete, I can be an athlete and still have very strong academics, especially here at Wabash.
Professors here are super supportive of the athletic work that we do. That's a really great way that Wabash supports its student athletes.
I love being a Division III athlete. I have a tremendous amount of work being a biochemistry major, and I can still flip the switch, go to practice, play the sport that I love, and you can do both.
And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness, give it to him. Rolls through the lane and he knocks him. Oh my goodness.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Yeah, whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Fly by from half number 1. Let's give you the scoring. First of all, Northridge leads South Bend Riley 24-16 championship game of the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament in Kokomo. Brady Scholl with 7, Carson Rumfelt 5, Hayden Johnson 4, Hayden Gorbel 4, 2 each for Jake Scholl and for Thad Campbell. For Riley, Tyrese Jones with 6, 3 for Tree Johnson, 3 for Kellen Webster, 2 each for Isaiah Packer and Jawan Johnson. Simply put, how does South Bend Riley find more offense, Pete?
Got to try to play downhill. Look at some positives for them. They scored 9 points off Northridge turnovers. For the game, they've only scored 16 points, so 9 of their points on turnovers. They've got 7 offensive rebounds. The problem is in their offense, they are shooting really poor. They're 6 of 26 from the field. Jones is 3 of 9. Tree Johnson 0 of 4. They've settled for three-pointers. As I mentioned before the break, they were 1 of 14 in the first half from 3. They've got to learn. They've got to try to play downhill more and speed up this Northridge team because they've controlled the tempo to their liking.
Kokomo has won this tournament each of the last 2 years. Obviously, we'll have a brand new winner this time around. Northridge leads Riley 24-16. More halftime coverage comes your way next on ISC and MyIndy TV.
In Indiana, it's teams and it's games and it's teams and it's games. They're playing in a bunch of games and not really having any type of system or structure to their routine, to their development, to their growth.
Trying to find more of a balance, more trainings, less games, skill development, basketball IQ.
Accountability. Once you walk through those doors, energy and effort's on you, the individual.
4 to 5 days a week, really trying to build a player that is prepared for going into their middle schools, going into their high schools and beyond.
You have objective criteria you have to meet to move on to the next class. That gives kids a sense of dedication to work to get towards something. We're not here chasing rankings. We're trying to develop basketball players.
So you should not worry about getting ranked at such a young age.
We're going to push you to limits that you probably didn't know you can get to.
It's about the work ethic and less about the rankings and the notoriety. We want
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
Counting standpoint, sometimes you get to the end of the year and realize, hey, we've got some inventory we got to move. Well, that's the case. We owe you one more commercial timeout. That first half flew. Third quarter action next in Kokomo on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports Network.
So while we were away, Isaiah Packer made a three for South Bend Riley. Brings the Wildcats back within 5 on the blow-by. Bucket is good for Hayden Johnson. His second field goal. He's got 6. Both teams on the board. Their opening possession of quarter number 3.
Kind of a soft 1-3-1, trying again not to let Riley play downhill and make long passes. 18 to 20-foot passes in the half court are really difficult against his zone. And long arms, particularly Brady Scholl, going to knock that out of bounds 9 out of 10 times.
Again, this game very reminiscent for Northridge of that game against Brownsburg. And in Grace's annual event at their wonderful facility. The Champions of Character Classic.
That's
Packer
a tough
foul.
one. Yeah, excuse me, Greg. That's a tough one. Just moving his feet, but he did cause a little bit of contact and slipped on the floor. So if you're just joining us, Riley has 17 shots taken. 15 of them are from behind the arc because of the defensive pressure and defensive changes. Now Northridge is going to go to man. And another 3.
Johnson in the corner, no. And again, Scholl has owned the glass tonight. Northridge very disciplined. Campbell on the hustle. Least kept it alive. Pull up 3 does not go, and Jones the uncontested rebound.
Man defense.
Well, that rebound by Scholl earlier, his 10th. He's in double figures in that category. He averages 11 rebounds a game.
Boy, Tyrese Jones is a willing passer, a guy that's putting up the numbers he's doing. He passed that 12-footer away because Brady Scholl got him. He's got Scholl on him. Need to reverse the ball to him and let him go a little one-on-one against the taller Scholl. Now they're going to switch back.
The pull from 15. And that frankly kissed off the glass, and Webster got it to go. And it is back to a 2-possession game.
Scholl needs a good shot opportunity here.
Play the facilitator right now.
Don't forget your guy that scored 40 in the opener and is averaging 35 in the tournament. He needs some touches on the offensive end.
Now Riley has held him to 7.
Right.
And again, they've got a guy in Johnson that can kind of match him strength for strength. Deep 3, no. And the rebound by Webster. Again, Riley's on a very tall team, but they're a physical and athletic team.
Well, they're quick. They're quick to the basketball, which is what got them here in this championship game. They outquicked Lawrence North, which is saying a lot on offensive rebounds today to get a lot of second chance opportunities.
A bucket here changes the math of this game. Jones tried to force the issue and throws it away. In the corner, the 3, no. To borrow the Tim Brando phrase, the iron unkind. Halfway down and popped out. Northridge is 2 points in 3.5 minutes. This game has been played at a pace that would get both these teams home by midnight.
Well, and it favors Northridge, too.
Packers already made 1 3 this half. Doesn't make. And Johnson out-muscles Scholl, but missed it. And it was tipped by Webster out of bounds to Northridge.
Great hustle play by Tree Johnson there. But I think when he got the rebound after he missed the first shot, he was almost looking, where's Scholl at, where's Scholl at? And he missed the bunny right around the rim. Substitutions in.
Schlabach will come in for Northridge. And usually the starter recovering from an injury. Parker James back in there as well. Freeman, 4 points and 2 rebounds a game.
Boy, bad place to pick it up there. Bad place to pick it up. Teammates came, and Coach Radiker knew it was a bad place to pick it up. He's going to take a 30-second timeout.
This 30-second timeout is brought to us by Brady Laurie and Laurie Law. Brady has been serving the citizens of Marion, Johnson, and surrounding counties for over 25 years. If you or someone you know is in criminal trouble or has been injured, make the call to Brady for a consultation. Let Brady put his negotiating skills and experience to work for you. Call 317-250-7783 or email BradyJLaurie@gmail.com. Brady Laurie, your criminal defense and personal injury trial lawyer.
Historic Memorial Gymnasium.
Opened in 1949.
First games played here in 49. Originally it was over 7,000 renovations. Now it's what, about 55, 57?
Yeah, in that neighborhood.
Yeah. And boy, was it packed in the days just a few years ago. And Flory Badunga was playing for the Wildcats, now playing for the University of Kansas. And they had some other good players too, don't get me wrong. But Flory was a big attraction and a great Wildcat while he was in Kokomo.
State runners up in 2023 were Kokomo.
Now the timeout. They got 3 guys guarding Scholl, now just 2.
The slip. Lay it up and in for Rumfeld.
They found the guy that they decided not to guard. Nice pass there by Johnson.
Packer on the take. Good find. Ball movement crisp. Corner 3, yes. Webster's second make from distance. Just the third made 3 of the game for South Bend Riley.
Grab some blood.
Yep, Scholl got raked across the arm.
I kind of saw it happen, Greg, was when he went on the back pick and 3 Wildcats guarded him. One of them just kind of clawed him like a Wildcat does, you know. And he's got a pretty good one right now. They're going to time it for a little bit, then they're going to have to get a sub in if they can't get him fixed fast enough. And there you see the trainer, Thaddeus Campbell.
I was going to say, yes.
A.K.A. Thad Campbell, also the starting guard tonight for the Raiders.
So they will bring Jake Scholl in and take Brady out just to make sure they can get that wrapped properly. You know, sometimes if your job where it says other duties as assigned or as needed.
Well, you're a junior, too. You're not a senior.
Thad Campbell starting tonight's game and also acting as athletic trainer, the fight doctor on the sideline.
Oh.
Scholl.
Oh, I thought he was going to get the roll. I was going to say Scholl's out, and foul's going to be on Parker James on the attempt to tie him up on the rebound.
And ever so slowly, Riley is just kind of reeling Northridge back in. Again, South Bend Riley beat LN today, so I'm going to acknowledge one answer to that question. And I would say this, the gap between the top Indy area 4A teams and the other best teams, which are largely in northern Indiana this year, I don't think is that significant. How do you see Northridge matching up against some of the better 4A teams in central Indiana if they were to get to them?
Because of the style they play, very competitive. Very, very competitive. They'll be right with them.
Riley, frankly, is a bit more used to, getting downstate to play those Indianapolis area schools.
Neely getting the start. He's trying to break down James on the dribble, and he did. That's going to be Parker's 3rd foul, I think.
Correct.
That's number 30, Parker.
Yeah. Riley has not lost. They did play one Indianapolis area school, but of the 1A variety in terms of Tinley. The rest of their schedule is almost all northern Indiana based, except they will play Wrights and Bosse.
I saw they're going to make a trip down to the Pocket City.
That takes place on January the 17th. Alex has always been anytime, anywhere. And that has benefited his program.
The former great Riley player, Marcus Wilson, played at the University of Evansville and stayed down there, so I think that may be a connection also. Marcus, a great Purple Ace and a great Wildcat.
Riley has scored 8 in the quarter. Northridge 4. Jones.
There he got past.
Goes past Scholl and got the bucket.
Yeah, good patience by Jones. He didn't force a shot. Gave it up, got it back, and he played downhill, and the double team left him.
And frankly, I think a good no call, too. There was some contact there, but I think you let that play on. I like that. 2-point game.
Johnson's going to take that.
And just miss it. Long rebound, Tree Johnson, and yep, that was a foul. We call that a clear path foul in higher levels. Here it's just a really smart play because it prevents what would have been a tying layup.
Got to get it at the other end now.
You guys are in.
We're going to have a blood timeout to get some blood off of the sleeve of Tyrese Jones.
I think it was when he was slithering past Brady Scholl, possibly before no one noticed it, possibly before the.
That's not a shooting foul. That was the 4th team foul, not the 5th. So it will be side out of bounds at half court for South Bend Riley. And they are trying to figure out how they can get the blood off of that kind of long sleeve shirt that Jones wears underneath his jersey. And if we had a teammate handling the blood on one side, Coach Daniel working as the cut man, so to speak, to wipe it off the shirt of Tyrese Jones. These are clearly do-it-all blue-collar teams, Pete.
It is. Just as we've had a chance to gather ourselves here during this delay, Riley with no fouls in the quarter. Be interested to see how they're going to play out this last minute when they get the ball back from Northridge.
It has been Northridge's style that Riley is playing it a bit better since halftime. 1 point they were down by 10 at halftime. It was 8, and now Scholl wipes it off the backboard.
Awfully close to a goaltending.
Probably could have been, yes. But we play on.
It was a well-executed play because everybody ran to Jones and left Tree Jones. I'm sorry, everybody ran to Tyrese Jones and left Tree Johnson on the block wide open.
Neely keeps his feet. Under a minute to play here in a very low-scoring, competitive game. This feels like a postseason game. Story about a 5-second count. Does just enough to break it. Yep. That one move broke it. And then he stumbled and lost the ball.
And again, we haven't mentioned this in a while, but Aaron Neely is not their starting point guard. You know, they lost their starting point guard, DeCorey Parker, to injury this morning. You see he's got a 6'2 senior on him, Johnson, that just did a great job of smothering him, and he just couldn't keep control of the basketball. Now Riley has fouls to give here with 40 seconds to go. They can give 4 of them, and there's 1.
Yep.
Don't know if it's too early or not. I can't tell by Coach Daniel's expression on the sideline, but they're going to try not to let Northridge get a shot off because they can give 3 more fouls. Okay, going to give another one, it sounds like.
Probably would let some more time run off the clock before you would do that.
I would too, because you don't want to get some guys in foul trouble either. So it's not a problem right now.
Good find by Scholl. Down the lane, no. But Campbell gets the rebound. One of the smallest guys on the floor gets the board.
I told you in the pregame, I think he's had a great tournament.
And that's going to be a foul on Johnson.
Okay, doesn't hurt team-wise. The Bronx cheer by the Northridge fans. Excited. They thought that, and I'll tell you, Tree Johnson's been all over him. I mean, he has caused Brady Scholl to be very less ineffective when it comes to scoring.
Just 7 points.
Yeah, he's averaging 35 in the first 2 games of this tournament.
And Scholl draws another foul. That's 3. So 3 on Johnson.
Foul number 2, Tree Johnson, his 3rd, team foul number 3.
They're going to leave Schlebach wide open. They're going to double team Joel.
On the basket, cut, left alone. Lay it up and in, Hayden Gorbel. To get a shot off in time, yes, and made it. Webster the 3 to make it a 1-point game, going to quarter number 4. 2 teams you may not be familiar with, but most certainly worth your time. Northridge 30, Riley 29. 8 minutes of basketball left to go on ISC and My Indy TV.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Let's thank our ISC Sports Network crew. Thanks Charlie Hammett, Kyle Donlin, Jason Porter, Kate Johnson, and Dalton Cox alongside Pete Smith. Greg Rakestraw with you. This is our final of 24 games over the last 2 days on the ISC Sports Network. 12 here and 12 at North Central. Championship game of the Bill Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Northridge leads by 1. It's been double digits. It's now 4 as Gorbel spins and wins on that one. He's got 9. That is the third made Northridge 3.
It's a lot of weapons there. Northridge only 3 of 9 from the field in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Riley 5 of 9, shot a little bit better. Saying they were 3 of 3 from behind the arc.
Webster with 11 is the only double-digit scorer in the game for either side.
This is Jones' time, though. Tyrese Jones has to get it going. Rumfeld has done a great job guarding him, face guarding him. He's not going to play any help defense. He's just matching him. You can see him at the left side of our screen, just face guarding. They got backdoor
cut and puts it up and in.
Yep, that's the one thing you're vulnerable when you face guard.
Alex Daniel was setting that play up for 10 seconds.
Yep.
And poked away off of Johnson, out of bounds. Northridge has really curtailed their turnovers since the opening quarter. That is their 9th of the game. And now a 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead for South Bend Riley.
Northridge choosing to play man at this time. Going to stay in the man defense. Switched it up this time. Younger Scholl is going to be playing defense on him now. Jake Scholl.
Riley has never led in this game. It's tied at 7 in the first quarter. Northridge led by 1 at the end of one quarter, led by 8 at halftime. And that pass taken away. 3-on-1. Gorbel lays it up and in. He's got 11. And a whistle called against Northridge.
Foul number 23, Jake Scholl, his first.
Jake Scholl commits the foul.
Team foul, number 1.
He may commit a couple more here guarding Jones. Trying to deny him the ball now. Should be a low set. No, it's going to be a box set. Double screen coming from the right and clear the side out for Jones if they can clear it.
And another turnover. A second of kind of a casual variety. Shot was altered. Putback is good. Again, that's Hayden Gorbel. Gorbel averages 6 a game. He's got 13.
Yeah, having a heck of an offensive game.
Riley got back within 2. Northridge pushes to 6. Timeout South Bend Riley, and we will take it with them. 5:53 left to play in this one. Raiders lead it by 6 on ISC and by Indy TV.
Looking for the perfect place to celebrate? Look no further. Grindstone on the Monon has it all. Indulge in our exceptional cuisine and handcrafted cocktails. And for that extra touch of magic, enjoy our enchanting outdoor area, complete with a cozy fireplace. Make every occasion special at Grindstone on the Monon, located on Wheeler Road in Westfield. Cheers to great times and great food.
So after tonight, we get our longest break of the basketball season in terms of being on My Indy TV. Our next television game for you will be next Friday. We will be at Ben Davis. North Central will be the competition. That is a girls and boys doubleheader. Jane Schott joins me on that contest.
After a timeout, Northridge goes to zone. Change defenses. This has caused Riley to shoot a lot of threes today. Not saying they're not good shooting three-pointing team, but they have not been shooting at a high percentage. They were 3 of 3 in the third quarter.
Again, putting Scholl in the middle of that really cuts off those diagonal passes, those skip passes.
And opportunities to split the defense. You're splitting it right into a 6'7" mammoth of a player.
Threes are started to become more prominent in terms of making them for Riley in the second half. Really struggled from that in half number one. In second game of the day, the legs tend to go. Riley did play the second game. Northridge played an hour and a half earlier. Not sure that makes a big difference at this point. And everything kind of neutral passes right now for Riley.
Yeah, they can't get it down to that baseline. They throw it away. Good job on the top by the younger Scholl, Jake Scholl, keeping those arms up. And the pass is errant and goes out of bounds. Now we see Kellen Webster come back in. He's got 11 points and has hit 3 threes.
Yeah, he has been their baseline ace, basically.
Yeah.
Full court man pick up by Riley. Gorbel keeps his balance, got fouled.
Oh.
Shot does not go, but Hayden Gorbel will shoot 2. These are just the 5th and 6th free throws of the game for Riley, which is still more than Riley has shot. They are 3 for 3. And it's been very much a limited foul game. Part of that is the amount of zone that Northridge has played, and frankly, the tempo at which we have played at.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Just the zone that Northridge has played. Riley has taken a lot of time off the clock trying to figure out how to attack it. And
well,
overall hasn't really done a very good job of it, but Scholl has been the biggest part of it, just standing there in the middle of that zone. He's just so intimidating.
Misses the second. Webster the rebound. That is the first missed free throw for either side in tonight's game. But what was a 2-point game is now back to 7. And again, Riley has never led tonight.
See, I think you got to dribble into that gap and get that ball to the baseline so you can get the overload, and then Johnson can get down to the baseline.
Another turnover. That's 4 in the quarter. Now for Riley.
Wow, almost identical except on the baseline and not in the front court across guard to guard.
Northridge fans making some noise. As well they should. And their lone loss was to Goshen 10 days ago. Northridge will get to enjoy this for a little bit. Scholl going to work. No. Weak side glass. Northridge had it for a moment. And
tied him up.
Jump ball, the arrow goes in the direction. That was Neely that got tied up. It will be Riley basketball.
Yeah, I think that's just where they missed the Corey Parker, their normal point guard, would be in there. I mean, he's a big contributor to this team, and just missing him out with an ankle injury. Ankled it late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, I guess it was. I was watching the game.
And kind of sadly after that game had been decided.
Yes.
Johnson, the intended target, able to save it. It was tipped. He can go to the backcourt to get it.
Now they can play downhill. Johnson does a great job guarding Jones, though, in that corner. Tyrese can't get it on that right corner at the top of your screen.
Packer drives baseline, creates, but another turnover. Riley struggling here in the quarter. They've got just 2 points. And one. Jake Scholl gets his second bucket of the game.
Great brother to brother. Great cut by Jake. 2 guys went to the top with his brother. Here's a good look at it. And he splits the defense. Tree Johnson with the body contact, and that's a big one. They can go up by 10 here if he knocks his free throw down.
That would match the largest lead of the game for Northridge, which came at 24-14.
Thad Campbell just checked in. He's fresh now. He's been sitting a good 3 to 4 minutes, replacing Hayden Gorbel, who's done a great job carrying the offense here in this third and early fourth quarter.
Well, tonight has been the story of the role players for Northridge. Gorbel averages 6. He has 14 points. Scholl averages a point and a half. He's got 5. Rumfelt above his average, too. 10-point lead with 3:15 left to play.
They have no answer offensively for this 1-3-1. Long arms by Northridge. Active hands.
Pull up 3. No, but it allows Webster to go get the ball. If nothing else, go chase it. Make guys move.
It is hard to block out of a 1-3-1, too.
Johnson got it. Tree Johnson, his first field goal. He's got 5. And that'll be a blocking foul. Arion Neely commits the foul.
It was a great try. Arion did a great job jumping out there, but really he was still moving when the contact was made, and the blocking foul's called. Now we've got giving Jake Scholl a break. He's done a great job. Just had the 3-point play that put him up by 10. Goes to the bench.
Scholl going to work. Draws 3 defenders. You can play a bit of keep away here if you're Northridge. Scholl, fade away, yes. For anybody else, that's a bad shot. You don't mind your best player taking that one. 10-point game with 2:15 left to play. Scott Radiger telling his guys, get wide, get your arms up, get in the passing lane. Webster, deep 3 again. His 4th made 3. Timeout, Riley. We will take it with him. 7-point game, 2 minutes to play from Kokomo. As you're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right? That's what we do.
Yeah, whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Riley down to 1 more timeout left to go. Northridge has 4 if they need them. Greg Rakestraw, Pete Smith with you. Northridge has led the entire way. Never been more than 10. Riley got it down to 1 to start the quarter. Northridge's defense has been stifling.
This last 2 minutes, I think Riley's going to try to make it as long as they can. They have 1 foul to give before the bonus.
They'll try to force the issue.
Here comes the run and jump, yep. A little bit early that time, a little bit early. There's the trap right there. Should be right against the sideline.
Ball knocked away. 10th Northridge turnover.
And turnovers can allow Riley to play downhill, but Northridge did a good job getting back. Fast shot.
Corner 3, no, and Schultz grabs another rebound. Again, he has got a double-digit rebound performance, just 9 points. And a timeout taken by Northridge.
Timeout.
30-second timeout. We will keep it right here with 1:24 to go. Any remaining timeouts that Northridge takes at this point will be of the full variety.
Zooming into both huddles right now, just as we look at Coach Daniel, he's talking about defensive intensity, trying to get traps, when to trap. We still have a foul to give. Get the ball up the floor and get a quick shot before the defense sets back up. Northridge has done a great job in transition defense of not letting Riley get basically any fast break points tonight.
This Riley team, they are off until next Tuesday. They'll head to play at Michigan City next Tuesday night. Scholl awaits the double team, and Finds a teammate. Lane opens up, but shot rejected, and
he's on the line.
Yeah, grabbed the ball while on the baseline.
Yep.
Great hustle by Tyrese Jones.
Sure was. I know Johnson thought, talking about Hayden Johnson, I thought he thought he had a pretty good seam there, but right now the clock is your, if you don't have a straight path, which he didn't, the clock is your friend. Run it through.
And when in doubt, go up top. You got the floor and Scholl. Layups only at this point for Northridge.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Unless it's just a straight-in layup.
Knocked away and taken away. Again, no fouls to give for Northridge.
But they get back on defense and don't give a transition basket.
Let me check that. A lot of fouls. I looked at the wrong number. Plenty of fouls to give for Northridge. Johnson, three.
Short.
Nope. Great rebound. But a foul on Packer. That's the foul to give. Just one foul committed by Northridge, so they can foul away if they choose to.
Team foul number 4.
But the job they have done defensively tonight, Northridge, and particularly on Tyrese Jones, to hold him to 10 points with 43 seconds to go is quite an accomplishment.
Fewest points that Riley has scored in a game this year, 55, the win against New Haven yesterday. Averaging 71 a game. Packer with the steal. Back-to-back turnovers by Northridge. Packer pulls for three. No. That's one and done in terms of rebounds for Riley. And the Sands are flying through the hourglass a little faster. Scholl will go to the free throw line for the first time. He is a 58% shooter. They'll get 2 here. Johnson fouls out with 25.8 left to go. And a handful of neutral fans in here starting to make their way to the exits.
Well, you got to give Tree Johnson a lot of credit because he battled Scholl really hard tonight. Scholl right now with only 9 points, coming in averaging 35 in 2 games here in the city of Kokomo, but fouls out.
Scholl misses. It's the second missed free throw by Northridge. Again, they've not shot many. These are free throws 8 and 9 of the evening. One more. Misses that one too, but it's Jake Scholl with the rebound. And the game of keep away continues. And I think Riley will say enough. Steal. Throw it ahead and give the layup for Neely. He'll get his only bucket of the game. And timeout for South Bend Riley, and we will take it with them. 2.3 seconds left to go as you're watching on ISC and my Indy TV.
Man, if I beat Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn. Oh, sorry, guys, gotta take this.
All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
Well, while we are away, Riley said, you know what, we'll take the timeout, but just keep the clock rolling. No need to extend this one further, so the clock was allowed to expire. Northridge wins the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Both teams will share a moment of prayer here at the conclusion of tonight's game. Pete, your thoughts as to how this one played out?
Well, Northridge controlled the tempo by their defensive changes and just their defensive intensity, and to hold Tyrese Jones to 10 points is quite a team effort. He only got 11 shots off. He didn't force shots. Tyrese Jones doesn't force shots. But just an outstanding tournament by the Raiders. Took a lot of guys to get this win, from Thad Campbell, Corin Rumfeld, just some great play. Both Hayden Gorbel, Hayden Johnson, and then, of course, the best player in the tournament, I believe, Brady Scholl.
Well, wonderful moment of sportsmanship and of faith between the two teams there at the conclusion of the game. Scoring in tonight's contest, Hayden Gorbel with 14, Brady Scholl 9, 7 for Rumfeld, 6 for Johnson, 5 for Jake Scholl, 2 for Thaddeus Campbell. Freeman Schleybaugh and Parker James both played but did not score. For Riley, Kellen Webster with 14, Tyrese Jones with 10, Isaiah Packer 5, Tree Johnson 5, Arion Neely with 2, and Jawan Johnson with 2. The championship trophy now being presented to a very deserving Northridge Raider Ball Club.
Congratulations to the Raiders.
I'll get to pose with the trophy. Of note, the rims are going up, so no nets get cut down on this one. But you do get a championship trophy, so congratulations to Northridge.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, outstanding tournament.
We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more post-game coverage from Kokomo as you're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And that'll volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
The Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament is in the past tense. Northridge, your champions. They never trail tonight. Sapling Raleigh never went away, but Northridge wins it by a score of 43-38. Tonight's game on ISC and MyIndy TV, presented by Banks & Brower. For every hour, there's Banks & Brower. By Coca-Cola of Kokomo, proud to be North Central Indiana's Coca-Cola bottler since 1907. By Galitco and Daly. We're going to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College. Schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. All right, let's talk about postseason for these teams. I realize it's still 2 months away, but these are obviously two teams that are capable of getting downstate and playing deep into March. Here's your thoughts about the postseason ability for success of each of these two teams.
Well, the challenge for Riley is their lack of size inside. They've just got a lot. Tree Johnson does a great job as a five-man, if he would be a five-man when I say that. He had to step out and shoot a lot of threes, but hey, they've got a very good chance. Northridge, on the other hand, get out of that sectional is going to be a dogfight because they've already lost to Goshen once, but usually Coach Radiker can get things figured out, and if both teams can get healthy. You know, Riley was missing Parker tonight as their starting point guard. Northridge is still getting a little bit of banged up guys getting back to full health, but both of them have good opportunities to make strong runs in the tournament.
We'll take this final timeout, come back and wrap up a full couple of days of holiday hoops from both here and North Central when we come back on ISC and My Indy TV.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness, give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he knocks him. Oh my goodness.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Well, this completes 24 games in 2 days for our ISC Sports Network crew. Our real stars, Charlie Hammock and Vince Morales. Charlie ran the operation here in Kokomo each of the last couple of days. Vince handled all things in North Central in terms of Monday and Tuesday. All games available online at ISCSportsNetwork.com and IHSAATV.org as well. And our next My Indy TV game will be next Friday night when North Central plays host to when Ben Davis plays host to North Central. That is a girls and boys doubleheader. Girls game online only, boys game also on My Indy TV with coverage beginning at 7:30. Now, we will have some hoops for you this weekend. Pete will be at Indiana Wesleyan. We'll handle the production for Indiana Wesleyan of their doubleheader with Spring Arbor as Crossroads League play resumes. Myself and Jan Bozier, we're going to Frankton. We will see 3 games at Frankton High School. An 18-team field. They play to basically 3 16 tournaments. We'll have those 3 championship games on Saturday beginning at 4, all online and all free at ISCSportsNetwork.com. Pete, final thoughts on this game and this tournament.
Well, it was an outstanding tournament, a great host, Kokomo High School. As I look at Nick Sale and their SID, Dean Hockney, and their great staff. It was a wonderful tournament. Of all the scoring going on, this championship game, the pace slowed down because that was the way Northridge was able to win the contest. They just had to slow the game out defensively, and they did a wonderful job. And on the other hand, I do want to say, I'm sure you would have rather had someone else sitting next to you on your birthday for the whole evening, but it was an honor to sit next to you. Happy birthday.
I think I have spent more birthdays with you recently than Mrs. Rakestraw. I'm not sure what that says about both of us, but that's kind of the way things worked out. Pete, whether it's my birthday or not, I love spending time with you 365 days a year. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, pal. For Pete Smith and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from the city of firsts. Northridge finished first in the Bill Cox Memorial Tournament. Final score, Raiders 43, Wildcats 38. Thanks for joining us in 2025 on ISC and My Indy TV.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And Metal volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Kept though by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he knocks him. Oh my goodness.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the